Tuesday. How everybody is doing? Today we're gonna talk about that you're not gonna make it alone. You are not going to make it alone because nobody makes it alone. No matter if it is in business, no matter if it is in tech career, no matter what you're trying to achieve, nobody wins alone. You need the right people, you need the right network, you need the right resources. You need to have the right access. You need to have the right strategy. So that's what we're going to talk about. And this is something that, as software developers, this is something that we hey oh hey Kevin. So this is something that, as software developers, um, we might feel entitled that we can do it all by ourselves. And this is why a lot of us are self-taught developers, right? And when you're learning really hard industries like tech industry by yourself, and you're acquiring really hard skills by yourself, so you start feeling that you don't need nobody because you know your technical skills, but in reality, your technical skills, when you taught yourself how to code, this is not like this is not the end. This is not the end. Like, you need the right network, you need the right people, you need the right connections, and you need the right mentor. You may not need another you may not need another course, but you do need, like, the right people. Hello, let me just pause here for a chat. Thank you so much for your participation. I love y'all, and I appreciate you. And as I always say, the way we network on the live stream, we connect with each other. So definitely, as I'm going live, as I'm talking, go through the comments and connect with each other and network with each other, because I really want my platform to be the platform where people network, where people find connections, where people um, build community. Because I'm building community here on LinkedIn. So, and because I'm not winning alone, I'm not winning alone. I'm winning with you. And all of the career moves that I was able to make, all of the business moves that I'm able to make, it's because of strong network, because of people like you. So definitely connect with each other and keep your if you have a question, right, as I'm talking, if you have a question, drop your question in the comment. I will address your question at the end. So, but uh, let's let's talk about that you need the right resource, because uh, even though, like, you might start feeling that, oh, like, because a lot of the times as software developers, we do feel like we're badasses, okay, and we are badasses because learning how to code, learning how to create something out of nothing, it is impressive. It is impressive. It is remarkable. I don't care what anybody says. Learning how to code, teaching how to code, or teaching yourself how to code is remarkable. I'm self-taught. I was developer. I didn't go to a boot camp. I took a lot of courses, okay, and I had mentors on the way, but I didn't go to boot camp. I was teaching myself how to do that, and I was leveraging my community. I was connected with my community, but again, I am a self-taught developer. This is like, uh, at some point, we might have a feeling of entitlement that we can just Google it. If I Google how to do iOS, I can Google how to do my next thing. I can Google how to um, I can Google how to make career moves. But here's the thing: Your career doesn't stop at your technical skills. Your technical skills. You need your technical skills to break into tech, but you need your leadership, you need your executive presence, you need your network, you need your communication skills, you need emotional intelligence to stay intact. Because if technical skills is all that you have, like and you're not gonna last in tech super long. Because listen, here's the thing. Um, tell me if this is true. Have you noticed, like, at your companies that there are developers who are working their asses off on the platform, on the features, they're putting their work in, they're working really hard, they do have technical skills, and people who get promoted, they're not the best developers, not always best developers. I don't know about you, but, like, in my experience, I wouldn't even know that they existed, and all of a sudden, I see the names, and when, somebody else is on the team is trying to work on promotion, or, like, in, in my instance, right, like, my manager says, like, "Hey, like, your work is not visible." Well, like, how come their work is visible? This is why it is important to um, invest in your community and invest in your mentorship and learn learn how to navigate your network, learn how to leverage your network. Because here's the thing, you like today I drop a video. You can have a network. You can have a network of people, and if you're on LinkedIn, it's really easy to connect with people. It's super easy to connect with people. You send a connection request. Ideally, you wanna send a note, whatever. Even if you don't send a note, people a lot of people will accept your connection request. So you build your visible network in a way. Even if you say, "Hey, nice connecting with you." At some point, you need to do something with your network, because your network, right? It's like leads for the business. Imagine you and I encourage everybody to treat yourself as a business of one, because you're a business of one. You're not unemployed. Your business treat yourself as a business of one. And your network, right? People say your network is your net worth. Your network basically is your more or less leads, right? So those people that you build community with, that can lead you to opportunities, that can refer you, that you can refer other people, you can invite other people to your team when you're building the team. So, and like this is great, but how do you how do you lead your community? How do you lead your network? And this is where a lot of software developers get stuck, because um, just because you connected with somebody, and doesn't mean that they know you. That it doesn't mean that they know about you. So, because your network, when you connect with your network, they are in an aware stage. And basically, treat your audience as customers, because you're a business of one, your network is more or less your customers, right? And your network is unaware of you. They don't know why they should work with you. And this is where your executive presence and your communication skills and your skills come in. And this is where you lead your network, you guide your network through your profile. And well, first of all, when people land on your profile, your relationship with people starts when people land on your profile, right? But after they land on your profile, what happens next? You should guide them through your content that you put out there strategically, from the unaware stage to know what you like, what problem you're solving, what you can help them with, make them more or less problem aware what you're solving, and lead them all the way to this to the state when they know that you are the solution, and there's a way to do that. And by the way, you can guide your network, you can guide your coworkers, you can guide people around you through strategic conversations through strategic, like if it doesn't work, right? Because like it's kind of hard to create content at work, right? Like okay, let me just post videos on Slack. Well, sometimes I do, okay, like well at my previous company I did, but I'm going on a tangent, okay? So, but you lead your network, you lead your coworkers in the conversations, in the right conversations, being in the right room. But when you connect with people outside of your work, you connect with people and you guide them. And this is why when I created my program, I was thinking, why, like, what can I bring to the table for software developers? What can I bring to the table to software developers? Because another coding course won't solve the problem, because y'all know how to code. You go to Udemy, you can buy very affordable coding course. You can buy, like, you can go on YouTube, and you can find, like, right now we live in abundance of information. You don't have to go to a boot camp to be a developer. You don't have to go to a bootcamp to be a developer, to acquire technical skills to be a developer. You can do it yourself. And this is why I say, like, technical skills is not really your problem. How to guide your free, like this is what I was thinking. A lot of software developers missing the executive presence, missing that leadership skills. And you don't have to be a manager, you don't have to be like principal or senior. Like you can literally just start with programming, and you can show up with executive presence. Okay, you can literally just start with programming and show up authentically, confidently, with executive presence. And it's not always about confidence. It's about being authentic, and it's about being aware. It's about being self-aware. It's about being aware of your community, of your network. And this is and your community awareness, your network awareness, right, comes into play when you start putting out content. So you start breaking down, let's say, a problem that you're working on, right? Like what you're solving, what is bothering you, right? Like, I don't know, whatever it might be. And then you guide them to what you can do with them. And this is literally what this is what most people are having trouble with. Like, how do I get my network? How do I stand out of the crowd? Because here's the thing: if you look at any tech influencer out there, right? If you're in the iOS community, Paul Hudson or Algo Expert or Tech Lead, if you look at them, it's not that they know it all. Not at all. Nobody knows it all. Nobody has all the answers. It's about how they lead their network. And this is what I focus in my program. This is what I focus with my students. And here's the thing. Here's a little thing about my program, right? So for 12 weeks, we meet every week, and we start with we start with the basics. So when somebody lands on your page, when somebody lands on your interview, they know what you're about. They know what problem you're solving. They know what services you are providing. They know what you're about. And then after that, we start working on your executive presence. We start diving very deep into how to uh, lead your network, and guide your network, and really through content creation strategy, how to create written posts, how to create video posts, stuff like that. We do cover technical skills, of course, because we are software developers, right? We are software developers, and technical skills are super important, and we do provide we do cover it. So, but more importantly, how, like, I teach software developers how to stand out. And this is the skill. This is your legacy, your uh, executive presence, right? This is your legacy where you can leverage if you want to change careers, you can change careers. If you want to change specialties, you can just change specialties. If you want to start your own business, when people know that you are the go-to expert, you are the expert in your industry, that you know what you're talking about, you can leverage and provide services for others and generate, if not exit from the corporate completely, but at least generate like extra income right on the side, create a safety net. And this is exactly what I did in my career, right? Because when I got laid off, I was moving to Seattle, and the only thing that I got was, well, like a little bit of a severance package, and I got my clients. If I did not have my clients, I would be in a very bad situation. And there are so many developers with wonderful skills, with goal knowledge, but they can leverage it right now. They can't leverage it because like they're missing the executive presence, because nobody knows about you, because nobody is aware of you. So and this is why this is why this is the most important thing to for me to solve for software developers: how to show up as an expert, and how to create that influence, how to create that executive presence. So we have a question. So Rashad is asking, what are some best practices that have proven most effective in building and maintaining a thriving professional network uh, that you are able to share with us? So it's a really good question. Well, first of all, uh, your engagement with your network, because when you connect with people and well, I would assume if you follow me, you know that you have to create, like you know you have to send a connection request note, right? So you connect with people and you keep engaging, you keep the conversation going, you support their posts, you it's okay to DM people, it's okay to message people, okay, it's okay to message people as long as you're appropriate, as long as you're professional. It's okay to message people. Picture this. Picture LinkedIn is like a conference, and there are a lot of people, and you see somebody standing alone, or if there like, or you see there's a small group of people having a conversation that you're interested in. Participate in that conversation. Participate in the comment. So, in sharing your value and sharing your perspective, showing your face and sharing your perspective consistently on a consistent basis, this is the best way to build your network reliably, and this is the best way to make them aware of you, even if you don't have the discovery model, right? Which is discovery model is gold, and it works really like you can make your network aware of you really fast. You can show up as an expert and as the go-to expert in your network really fast. It doesn't take a super long time. But even if you don't know the discovery model, right? If you genuinely participate and share value with your network, you're gonna succeed. You're gonna succeed, and you're gonna build a strong network. Excellent question. So, if you have other questions, please let me know. Please let me know. And if you know that you need to build your executive presence, if you want to show up as an expert, because listen, you might be thinking, like, I'm not an expert, I'm just starting out, or like, I'm mid-level engineer, or maybe you think, well, yeah, like I've been in tech for a long time, but I don't consider myself an expert. There are people who are better than I, and yes, there are people who are better than you. But if you know that you need the executive presence, if you know that you need to show up as an expert and you need help with that, send me a DM. Just drop a program, and I will get back to you. You can also drop comment program in the comments for this live stream, and I will get back to you, and I will take it from there. So Amber has a comment and a question. What is the best way to modify your LinkedIn profile to show that you have the executive presence, especially in the introduction? um, I think well, the first thing on your LinkedIn profile, right? Your tagline. So people should know what you're about. So the most important keywords people should know who you're about. In your introduction, oh gosh, I wish I had my own introduction, because in my introduction it was it was more informal, but I just, in a very human language, and describe what I did. That I'm a mobile developer, that I know test automation, like UI test automation. I'm not interested in test automation at the moment, but I do iOS development. I do a lot of mentorship, and I have a YouTube channel. And at the end, I put like a little TLDR with my with the tag that I'm using. So, and that was sufficient enough, because you can wrap it up in many different forms, right? You can make it more formal, you can make it less formal. It's not about being formal, it's about being informative and letting your network know what you're about. So, and it's also important to show up as you, because we use one language on our resume. Our resume is a little bit more formal document, right? So we should be slightly more conservative in our resume, but still in humanly possible language, describe what you did with quantifiable results. But when it comes to LinkedIn, you have a little bit more wiggle room and leeway to be you, to show your personality, but also show your professionalism. And in my instance, right, my video content, like I leveraged my video content to make all of my career moves, to bounce back from the layoff, and to make and establish meaningful connections with recruiters. I don't know why, I don't know how, like that some magic happened on when recruiters saw my educational video about iOS, but they just started connecting with me, and this is how I acquired, like this is how I have a large network of recruiters. So like this is your executive presence. And when you show up for your community, right? When you show up for your community, then this is also a part of your executive presence. It's not about being bossy. It's not about show up as I know it all. It's not about having all the answers. It's about showing. It's about showing up. It's about talking about your craft, talking about what you know, talk about what you're passionate about. I hope that makes sense. Rashad said, excellent question. Yeah, it was an excellent question. Thank you so much for asking. So, do you have any other questions? Do you have any other questions? I have a few minutes to hang out, to hang in here and answer more of your questions, because this is really important. This is really important topic. This is really important topic. And when I start working, you're very welcome, Amber. When I start working with my students, it takes some time and adjustment for a lot of my students to realize, first of all, that they need to create content, right? And then uh, figure out the discovery model, because we often like start posting content. Okay, like we jump into like, okay, like this is what I do, but people don't know you. People often miss the journey to you. So I think Michael has another comment. I have LinkedIn optimization experience, having my profile and review by industry expert. I wrote several articles, converting the events. Yeah, nice, Michael. Yeah, and this is all I have for you for tonight. I hope it was useful. I'm super excited to see all of you on my live stream. Thank you so much for showing up. It means a world to me. So stick around with me on Thursday, because I'm going to go live on Thursday, and um, it's gonna be good. It's gonna be so good, and we're gonna talk about procrastination, more or less, right? When you know the right answers, when you know what you need to do, but you're not doing it, you're waiting for something. So we're going to talk about it on Thursday. So thank you so much for showing up. Thank you so much, everybody, and I'll talk to you on Thursday. Thank you. Bye, y'all.